Hello, people. Oh, I already opened my can. I can't crack it open now. Now I'm sad. Hello. I clicked the button like I was not gonna know that was gonna happen. Welcome. Hello, it's Friday. I almost posted that it was Friday. Oops. Like 3 times. I'm forgetting what day of the week it is. There you go. Hello. Hmm? Yes. Sorry. like everything happens as soon as I do this. So I gotta switch over to here. So the music sounds stuttery. I mean like that? Is that better? See, because you said that, then I remembered that I can actually like turn that on, because otherwise I'd forget. Yeah, I don't know what was going on otherwise. So I did. That's all we have left. That's pretty cool. Not actually all that much. A little more. Okay. To do. What did I do? Heads up to spoilers. If you haven't seen any of this, don't want spoilers. You're gonna get spoilers.
You are wondering.
What did I do here? So I cleaned this up.
No, it's too stupid.
Did the wing movement, clean them all up, so that one's actually done. That wasn't done before. Just still have to do that shot. Oh, I did the walk up. So I just did the... I also moved the camera a little... There we go. I also moved the camera a little bit to the left because I felt like the amount of time that she was coming into the camera wasn't enough to provide adequate interpretation of what's going on. I wanted it to be blurred so that blurred so that it was not an immediate recollection, but I still felt like I had to back it off, so I also reduced the blur just a little bit. Reduced the aperture a little on that. Yeah, I cleaned up Arizona.
Take us to China.
So she's all done. Mainly just added the ear movements and stuff.
Take us to...
This one... You just had them go back and forth. This, I decided that it was actually better to keep it with their very drastic motions. A little fun phone, a little drastic. A little blurred, how it leaves us. I think I can have it right now. So I felt like if I tried to animate them, the amount of time this goes by, because with the beat... Because the first beat is the camera change, and then it goes second and third with their motions. Trying to fit all that into less than a second, or those two motions within less than a second, would have made it seem really weird. And so I felt like actually having them just do it by keyframe looks better, actually. So I will have to watch how this renders, because right at the transition point, it will do this on the render. So I do have to make sure that when I do the render, I have to... I'll have to break that render into two pieces to make sure that it doesn't cause that ghosting. Otherwise, it will be noticeable and it is weird. So, I also have to render it a second time for Derpy. So there's going to be like 3 renders to this one shot. Wonderful. But the nice thing is the best version of this shot was also the easiest. So, this one I do need to potentially add Arizona to. And then... There's nothing different on that one. The other one is doing this shot. I thought it'd be... I just put a butterfly on her nose. But I do have to get her to move. Move. Hello, Swifty. So I guess there's... I want to mark this one too. Then I do want to do... a little bit of poking here too. Because I just... Arizona's needed in the background there. I don't know what to have Arizona do, though. I don't think I'll have it actually change to Pinky. That's too much green flashing.
When you say Pinky and I don't see a pink horse, I get confused.
I think I'm going to put a little further back. Thanks for the follows, Barrett. I forgot I still have that set to Rathian. So I was like, what was that noise? This seems really quiet too.
I have yet to see the Rathian.
Hold on, I think I gotta turn that up. There we go. How do you make transformation in bug? I have to kind of remember because I had a different one that I'd done. So right now I have. Hey, ignore her. It's kind of a. That's like a mood right there. Is on this part right here. I just have right now a light going up. So this is a volumetric light and a normal light. There's two of them, and and so what it's doing is it has the one light, which is the volumetric, that's very, very thin, and a little that's volumetric but low brightness, high volumetric. So it's not really going to cause light on the surface of anything, just glow. And then I made another one that was very, very thin, going down just as a line across them. And so the idea is it's going to cause like an outward, it's a glow on the outside, but then also a very hard transition point that would be very, very bright. You render this twice, so I will first render it like this. Oop. Like this. Oh, Yona, come back here. Supposed to be. So render like this, and I might have to expand that light a little bit. And when the light is passing by at that point, I'm just going to mask it. So every frame, I'll just move the mask a little bit, which really isn't that difficult to do this by frame. It's like 6 frames. And it will follow that light. So then there will be the part of the shot where you'll see both of them. And that will have it and then look like there's a change. I did it once before with something else, and I can't remember exactly all the details of it, so I'm just doing this. But this is what I'm going to try doing. So I just think I need to make it a little bigger because Yona is big. Because I have to have it cover all the way to her head. Hello, Redstoner. It's a little different when she's just doing whatever, but there we go. Oh, wait. But that's just my method for doing it. There's probably other ways to do it, but any way you do it that isn't in post means that you're going to have either one model visible or the other, but not in between. So if you're going to be doing it in post, then you have to have a transition point, and this is my way of making a transition point. At least this is the best way I can come up with it. You could probably have like an uneven line or something. I just want lazy. I'm not going to put too much effort into it. It's only for like, what is that, from here to here? That's 1/4 of a second. It's like 7 frames. Hello. Mike will be back in a second. He's making noise. So what I kind of want to get done, because this
No! That was it exactly!
requires lip syncing, and I don't want to do that like right at the beginning of the stream. So we are going to jump here. Oh, I did update her lip syncing a little too. So I have the mount actually go to the side and then come back to the other side. And I'd like the effect more. Especially when you have what would you call that? When one eye's closed more than the other, is like a curious expression or something. But it's doing that. It makes more sense with the mouth changing. So we can do Arizona here. Not sure. I just kind of threw the butterfly on there, and I'm not sure if I want to have her do anything for this. I think what I can do is I can have her kind of look towards the camera a little bit here. Let's see, I'm actually going to drop her down a little bit here and have her head go up even more. Yeah, like that. Yep, but now her eyes are in a weird spot. We need to have her eyes... I'm just going to lock her eyes to her head right now. because then it stays still. I'll ask you how you make explosions like Anthology 7 fireworks. That's a complicated one. I could show you though. That one is multi-layered. Where do I have it? That's in the folder. Did I make its own folder for this one? Oh. I think it's this one. I didn't know what to call it at first.
Yes, I had to step off camera to have a three-way.
Read it very quick.
Yay, derpies.
Thank you, Jurassic. Got to go. Good luck with the stream. Have 10 derps for Mike.
Yay, derps. At least he didn't change derps. I would have been devastated.
No, I haven't done that one yet.
Yet?
Well, no, I'm going to be making Monster Hunter variants of everything.
Yet? I'm gonna have a crisis here.
But I haven't updated
He's
it yet.
trying to kill Derpy. Hashtag save Derpy. Come on, man. We can do this.
What?
Hashtag save Derpy.
No.
Yeah, save Derpy.
This is in. Oh, this is
Thank you,
goofy.
Jurassic.
What's this one? No, I've been. We have a future stream planned, and I'm trying to make some Monster Hunter variants of them. So I made for follow. I have Rathian come up and bark, but I needed to come up with ones for at least bits and subs. You remind me, I need to find better skyboxes. There are a lot in SFM that come with like Half-Life, and if you can look up all the different info for it. It's pretty quick, actually. And they'll give you all the links and stuff. So on this, where's my particles? There we go. So this is gonna run like crap because there's just so much going on. Yep, there we go. Thanks for the follow, Hedgehog. So yeah, this is how bad it's gonna run for this, because there's just so much going on. This render sucked.
I love how a program that's like nearly a decade old at this point still has a hard time running on a high-end PC.
Well, it's because I am putting a lot of stuff in there, and it is not running all the same efficiencies that normal Source Engines games would.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff in the background that normally would be deloaded, or different other things that aren't being run. And some of these particles are probably going to be done, and like all these physics are at least hardwired in, but they might be way simplified to fit that's what's going on, and I'm overdoing it. Plus, I have way more shadow lights than would normally be in a shot like this. So it's more of a game would make it efficient, and I'm not, because I don't care.
I just see you doing this on this computer, and given I just worked on the computer belonging to another Source Filmmaker person, and it does not have nearly the power of this one. I can't help but wonder how they manage.
When I turn off all the lights, now look how it runs. It runs perfectly fine. But so it's all because of all the lighting I had in there. So, because I'm using lights I shouldn't need to. But anyway, so for these particle effects, these are, like I said, multi-layered. So, the actual, if the pieces that come flying down are much more complicated. Hello, sir, and hello, Miner. Your work always amazing quality. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, you know, murdering ponies is in high definition. So these ones, I believe, were, I think, these are the ones called shooty parts. The trails will not work unless I'm actually running through the timeline. Okay, yeah, so these are shooty parts.
So, is this another video where you have to convince us you didn't kill any ponies?
Nobody dies in here.
No?
No. Nope.
What would I
No, like, she's okay. She's burned all of her skin off, that's why she's white. Okay. But she'll live. No, so each of these flying particles are pretty complicated little ones. I can't remember these are called. A lot of these are from Dota as well. They're just called shooty parts. No, that's not what it is. But for the explosion part of it, there's usually there's kind of like 3 parts, I guess, to an explosion, and that is like the initial explosion effect. Then there's whatever lingering effect might be on the ground, and then the actual like physical interaction with it, like in this case the rocks. So there's kind of multiple parts of this. So each of these impacts or each explosion on the ground is this many different particles and pieces. So I can kind of go through all these different pieces to kind of show you what my thought process was on that. So there's initial explosion here. So some of these were I just kept adding it because it looked better and cool, and so that's why I went with it. Alexander. So this is just mainly rocks flying out. These are particle rocks, so they actually kind of shrink and disappear. But I kind of liked it. That is, I want to make sure that those sparkles from the explosion. Okay, so that was the main reason I kept this one, because I like those little sparkles. It's a magic explosion. That's different.
How to make ponies explode in style.
Yeah. So then there's another one here. I'm gonna turn that audio off. And this is just some more rocks flying out of the side, but those actually stay. It looks like so. And those are just more particles of just random stuff. I'll just dig through particles for like Dota and a bunch of games, and I'll just find ones that would work. I'm like, I need exploding rocks, so I'll just go through a bunch until I find one that's an exploding rock.
So one pony back there started running before the rest of them. They're overachievers.
No, because they're not in camera shot, so I didn't care. So they probably were one that I had all the running preset, and then I just shifted the time backwards.
Yeah.
So these spike like effects that come out of the side, the main purpose for those was I'm gonna have rocks come up and fly out of the ground, and normally light from a central point with rocks on the outside would have light coming through those like parts in the rock, and I wanted to simulate that without actually having to make a light that was going through the rock in that kind of detail. So this is not perfect, but it gives that illusion. So I just have a whole bunch of them, and just timed so that they come about at different points. Then there's the blue flame. So these all I think are the same flame. Yeah, I couldn't get one bright enough on its own, so I just copy pasted it 5 times so that or 4 times to make 5 total, so that it had a much more distinct look. Because if it's transparent and you overlay the same transparent thing on top of each other, it is now darker, and I just did that 5 times, so it got really dark, so that it looked like this. Otherwise, it would look like this, and you could barely see it. So,
I'm just kind of realizing all of your newer videos they seem to have explosions in them, and I'm thinking back to like other videos that don't have explosions, and then inside my head I'm adding explosions. Those are just like the Apple Dash video. They're just like, they go for the kiss and they just explode.
Yes, that's what love does.
Yes.
I'll be looking forward to that, Resonator. How much time the renderings normally take? That is hard to determine. I can tell you the exact amount of time, though. But to give you like a future comparison, I wouldn't know. Or like for any video, because it just depends on the video. But for this one, did I save? Here we go. So, this actually tells me all the information for the render and afterwards. So it's really useful because it'll tell me how many passes I gave for the quality, what the render was, what the frames per second was. Normally I do 4K, but for this, because Anthology goes to 24 FPS at 1080, actually it might be 720, I just made it easier. So you can see here that each frame at this point was taking about 3.5 seconds, but the beginning is very basic. It's just 2 ponies in a background. If you keep going down here, so you can even see the name of the shot. So this is her walking forward. This is when she fires the laser, and then this is just a particle in the background. Fireworks launch. Okay, and then this must have crashed. Okay, so this is the shot I'm looking for. Yeah, so these were taking about 15 to 20 seconds a piece, which isn't actually that bad. It's just hard to preview that because there's a lot going on, but it looks like it actually was only about 15 seconds per frame. The worst I've ever had was right here. Yeah, this is about 90 seconds a frame. So it just depends on how much is going on. If there's a lot of stuff going on, it's going to take longer. Every one of these passes, so this is showing at 128 depth of field, which is what these settings are. Every time you go up in one of these settings, it doubles your render. So 32 is, or 64 is twice as long of a render as 32. 32 is twice as long as 16. I actually did a test on that to determine if it was double the time, and it is literally double the time on each step. So I usually sit at 128 to 256. 2.2 thousand cups, and don't know why. A lot of those cups come early on because the you get like bonuses or something for starting a stream. I don't know what to do. I never use them. Well, I have a couple things you can use them for. Otherwise, you can highlight messages, just build them up and then abuse them later. Some of the game streams we do, I like adding some of the goofy ones. 89 seconds per frame. How many years did it take? Well, the problem with that render, with this one, is, so the reason that this one was so complex was because normally I just delete everything behind in a shot. This one I couldn't, because it was a 360 spin. Everything was eventually going to be visible. And so this was just running this was under 1 frame a second to move around in. It is super, super difficult, but I can't cut this into pieces because all the particles need a starting point, and the starting point is I have to start all of them pre-rendering before the spin starts, and that's like a 10-second intro to get all that going, and then it's another like 30 or 40 second render. And when you're running at 90 seconds each, it was taking like over an entire day to do the render. And if it failed in any way, I'd have to start all the way at the beginning. I couldn't just splice it together because the particles needed that time to start up. It was really annoying. I've been trying to re-render this in a higher quality for YouTube, and every time I do, I've run into a problem and it just doesn't work. So I've been frustrated and haven't done it for a while. So yeah, but anyways, for these particles, the only other one was, just a white flame. So a lot of what this is just, like I said, this is going to be that initial, the kaboom. This is going to be that lingering bit. And then these are a whole bunch of flying rocks. So these are just a particle there. It's a rock explosion from TF2 that's used for, it's in Big Bada. No, that's from episode 2. I thought it was from something else, but it's basically, if you can find an explosion effect of particles going up, you can then shift them. So all I really did for that explosion was I just selected time like this, and then I just shifted it to have it move one direction. So it made an explosion that just normally went up and down actually look like it was flying out a direction. And then for crater, I learned this from the anthology previously. When you have the impact hit the ground, it's just have a bunch of different rocks come up and just kind of make a false crater. I can't actually like indent anything in the ground. Actually, funny thing with this surface that I'm on right now is actually the remembrance circle. Just made really, really big because I needed a big flat gray surface. So yeah, interesting tidbit. But I couldn't actually create a hole in the ground, so this is my way of doing it. If I can't make a hole, I will just make it look like there's a hole. If I get rid of all those, I then just made really, really bright lights on the ground. There's a ton of them. This is where it's going to really slow down. So you can see it hit the ground, gonna get brighter, there's a lingering glow, and then it kind of lingers because of all that fire there. So a lot of it is just look at explosions online and try to build find a bunch of particles that just match what you're looking for and just start tossing them in. It's no individual particle effect. You don't have to build anything custom. The only one that was really custom was this this flying one that was coming in. That took me a little bit to get done. That was a lot of modifying of one, and it was really annoying because these ones in the background, the trails distance had to change and everything because they were moving at different speeds at different distances, and to make it, yeah, it was really annoying. But just mix and match. You don't need a single particle to do it. But a lot of it is, if you were asked me like 4 or 5 years ago to make a similar explosion, I would have no idea. You just experience and taking the time to overcomplicate things, I guess. So make sure I miss anything. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else that's goofy on this one. Yeah, these particles are really annoying because anyone with a trail, like you can just even see here when I pause it, it doesn't always keep the trail behind it. And it may not work right. It is also tied to frame rate. So the, like right now, if I go and play this, you're going to see all these different spots because my frame rate's so low right now that it's only rendering at each bit. So being rendered in 24 frames per second, that's going to cause less than if I did it in 30 or 60. 60 would actually cause a thicker trail. It's really goofy. Mr. David, funny face like 500. Yeah, but then it was overdoing it. I can only do funny face so many times where I run out of originality. So I'm just gonna go back to that other file now.
I think when I give that, it's worth like 85% of your stream was just making funny faces.
Yeah. It's hard to stay original when you're using the same models, like the same changing ones and the same everything. Plus, I got to get some stuff done, so you got to do some on how to immune to the effects of inflation. Yes, essentially, yeah. It's mainly I was trying to find a balance, so that it was. It's not just any individual person could do it, and so I could technically get like 12 in a row. I think I might have put a global cap on it, but I can't remember. I can never remember the order, so I'm going to keep clicking it until it does it. Oh, okay.
Oops.
She's still named Guinea Pig.
No.
And it confuses me every time I see it.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Because sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Name Derpy Guinea Pig. Hashtag save Derpy.
It's very important. It was a joke from our previous stream.
He likes to torture Derpy because he knows.
I like to torture you.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
That cow over there's moving super hard.
Oh, I don't see the body move. Yeah, that gets a little weird. Hold on. Oh. Oops.
I guess that's better.
No, she needs to move a little bit forward.
Does she need to move?
No, Michael. It's only 30 minutes into the stream and you're already cut off.
Don't have a cow, man.
You can stop me from getting the siren back. I'm making it too expensive for my poor self-control. No, I don't have the siren. It's gone. Hello, Chris. Peekaboo.
I think he has a beef with me.
Just because you have to deal with it all day.
I'm gonna start bringing it home.
No. It's poison.
It is poison. I'm infected. I'm sure he'd be very proud. Oh, it's a butterfly. I didn't see the butterfly before.
Yes. But I want to have her. So actually, I will do N here, and I'm gonna have the butterfly fly away because the brain's doing all the work, and He's just like, what the hell?
Yay. Oh no.
Hmm? Voice impression. It says disc. Yeah, I think. Yes, she wants Discord.
Oh.
Yes.
It's John Delancey again. I hate this so much.
You did it to yourself.
What fun is there in making sense? Grr! Because he's a monster. He go grr.
You had to give context again.
You monster.
Taking this away from you.
Best.
It was.
I said the line. I did it. Now I'm gonna go get shit with Fluttershy. That's what
Like, I need my second drink, and I haven't even finished my first.
Yes. I'm glad you appreciated that.
It's the attempt that matters, right?
I mean, he doesn't really have a unique voice. It's just John Delancey's voice. He doesn't have like an accent or anything. He's very Midwestern.
Well, you that's what you gotta do. You gotta do it, Michael.
I gotta do a Midwestern.
It's very important.
Midwestern accent.
People are paying the fake money bucks.
Big money bucks. Yes, he
Oh,
does.
it wants Stupid Face too. Fort Ward is still enabled. Does anyone here ever rage at SFM's various bugs and glitches? Who doesn't? I always rage at them, but I still love it, so I keep up with it.
I do like how when John Delancey did Discord, it was just his voice, but then you got Peter New doing it, and he actually like tries to like manipulate his voice, not even to sound like John Delancey, just a goofy voice. It's kind of weird. Oh no, it's not the face. It's not the face at all.
She a chunker.
He's like,
Oh, we gotta give her front legs.
see, this is what asking him to do the stupid face thing has become. He tortures the four characters, and that's fine if it's just like one of those dragons. But you're doing it to adorable Arizona now. It's look at me.
I gotta. She's a very big stump.
It is
It's got a great burger. Oh, I'll never grow it. 2.3 thousand cups to the game stream. Yeah, because we had once on a game stream where like you could tell us to kill or murder each other and stuff. And we do plan on doing a Monster Hunter stream coming up here. Not sure to do points with that. We actually, when I was going through one of the last streams, I ran across it where we were talking about sock'em cloppers, and that's where we had like the big hooves, and it was like sock'em cloppers. And then somebody had actually sent a picture. It was a picture of a pony who every foot was in a sock'em bopper, and he was super happy, and it was a thing actually.
It was cute.
Yeah, it was pretty adorable. Yeah, she's supposed to be sad now. It's like she's naturally happy. How do I just make her like? There we go. That's not bad. Like if I make her fully sad, she's like overly. I don't know. It doesn't even look sad.
Oh, that's the face it looks like. Oh,
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
No, if you gotta do that. You gotta do, this, no. This, and this. And you have to have it be. There you go. Oh.
How long can you go until it gets really weird? Let's find out.
24-hour stream.
Yeah, just the whole thing. Just do that. What?
That's weird. Don't do that. That was my question. How to make happy sad.
Do you mean a stroke?
Your head needs to be turned a little bit more that way, like she's looking off screen. Her eyes can't be that sad because it makes it so she can even really look anywhere. We'll do that, and then what does relaxed do? Well, actually, that's not too bad, but I'll probably keep that out. And a little bit of raise. Probably put the head up a little bit more. That face is not, that mouth is not working like that. I want more pucker, but I'm already maxed on it. Is it?
Happy cow.
Could I just decrease the pucker here?
Happy cows make good happy cheese. Something.
What is happy cheese?
I don't know.
No, you know what? Actually, don't answer that question.
What is happy cheese? Well, you see, it's cheese that's smiling while you consume it.
You like draw it?
No, it's said
like SpaghettiOs?
It's
SpaghettiOs and milk?
It's
It scares me every time. Thanks, that shot. I just hear bark.
You're not even used to it.
She became aware of her surroundings, yes. No, I wish. So the pucker's at max. And she doesn't have a jawbone, so I can't even really take advantage of that. Yeah, this is about the... kind of goes in there. No, that's weird.
Those cows are high. You don't want to drink their milk. That's probably one of the weirdest things in My Little Pony. And them fighting herds. That the cows are clearly, like, self-aware. And they just sell their milk on the market.
Well, they do?
Yeah.
That's weird.
In both MLP and them fighting herds. It's brought up in both. Though I think in them fighting herds, the cows don't really advertise where the milk comes from. And there was like a deer in the game that just thought it came from some sort of plant.
You need that? Is that close enough? Sorry, I've just got that now. Isn't there a brand called Smiling Cow? Something like that. There's a brand of something kind of milk that's like that. And the jawbone thing, I just imagine the weird things. I love having the jawbone on models. It mainly for lip syncing Or do you need this one too? That one's good too. Because like for Yona here, she has a jawbone, and because of such, I'm able to actually twist it to do some more of that type of motion. Well, I wouldn't be able to do that with Arizona because she doesn't have a jawbone. Jawbones are super, super useful because it lets you pull the jaw forward and backwards, and it's useful for being able to show teeth when I don't, or hide teeth when I don't want to. For getting some certain sounds you can by pulling the jaw back, it just makes it look better. Hello, Fazan. Fizan. Sorry. Laughing cow spreadable cheese. That's what it is. Yes, laughing cow. Smiling cow sounds good too, though. Okay, good.
Manic cow. Jeez, that's what I'm gonna get.
What was that one with the it's like that asshole panda, the panda cheese, I think it is. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I don't.
No, there's I wouldn't be able to play it because stream, but look up the commercials for panda cheese, and all it is like a guy in a panda suit that's just an asshole to people. Like somebody will go and eat some cheese that's not panda cheese, and he'll like walk into their office, just stand there and stare at them, and then he'll just like knock everything off his desk and then just stare at him again. And it's always so good. Or just walks up to a guy in the grocery store that was holding the normal cheese and just bats it out of his hand and then stares at him and then flips his cart. And it's just it's so good.
Aggressive cheese marketing.
I don't know if I want sad. I like that more, actually. If you freeze on the right frame, I bet you can make a pog face. Actually, if you use it like right here, she'll be double face. Cheese is always aggressive, yes. Especially if you're lactose intolerant. Mm-hmm. Then it's very aggressive. And invasive. Okay. Oh, I just want Arizona here. Okay, so I don't want to be overly complex with this, so we'll just do that, I think. But if you ever can look up panda cheese commercials, they are... What are you doing?
I'm texting a friend.
Okay, well, that was such an obvious lie that I know that I'm just going to be seeing a derpy pop up.
No.
But thanks for the ad revenue.
You don't know. It could be anything.
I wish that Twitch had a way to completely disable ads. Because like YouTube, you can just completely disable ads if you want, but Twitch doesn't do it. Twitch doesn't give you crap for ads. Well, kind of. Actually, it gives you more than YouTube, but you don't get views as easily, so it's horrible revenue. So if I could, I would just turn off all ads on this platform. They're actually now, Twitch was saying they're going to be testing and select affiliates or partners mid-roll ads. So middle of the stream, it will just cut to an ad, which is stupid. You spelled my name wrong.
Meh.
Twice.
How twice?
Agro, it's RG and it's AE. You spelled it wrong more than the people that normally write my name.
Yeah.
And you're sitting right next to me.
Yeah. You think. You gotta save Derpy, though.
From what?
From that guy, whoever he is.
So,
he hasn't done anything yet.
Panache sounds like Wilkins coffee. Maybe. Does anybody here remember the name Starlight's potted plant?
Phyllis.
Phyllis? Okay. Oh, wait, what's the target name to Derpy? I haven't done anything. It's that right now when you do a bit, that pops up. And see, I did twice for you. And I'm working on making some other ones.
The thing he's not saying outright is he's going to get rid of Derpy.
It's because, like, for a follower, so what's the last one? So Static Shocker, like this one. This is the one I made for fun. And so I want to make some other Monster Hunter ones. Because they're just fun. And then it's custom. Oh, there we go. Oh, Spectre. More bark. But I want to have something that's non-pony related for non-pony streams. Because sadly, that could scare people away. So I want to have choices. Demon. It's the agriculture demon. Aggro. Yes.
Yes, they're terrifying. Terrifyingly adorable.
True ponies are indeed scary. No, it's just some people like because right now I run a Twitter account that's very specific to Monster Hunter and stuff, and it was only when I separated the Monster Hunter stuff from my normal Twitter account that took off. So I know that's just better to keep them separated. That's why I like the icon for this server is a coffee cup. Because that keeps it more general. Kinda. I still have to check with the person that made that symbol, or at least figure out who made that symbol. Because some people were asking about being able to sell the coffee cup. But the main one that YouTube sells through, TeePublic, I've heard some problems with quality on that, so I probably wouldn't want to do that anyway. So I'm probably going to dip down a little more, not pelvis, like here. And then up a little bit. I'm working at small integers here, and so it's acting a little weird. Let's just close that mouth a little bit. A little grin. Actually, I'm gonna have that delayed. Yeah, we'll do like that. And then she'll just open it up even more and be like, I'm gonna eat you!
I'm gonna turn you into pool. She's thinking. So she thinks she's gonna eat the butterfly.
It's just.
Isn't that what you think every time?
Is that what you like tell kids, like a childish way? Like, you better eat your food and turn it into poo.
I mean, that's what I think every time before I eat. I'm like, cheeseburger, I'm gonna turn you into poo. Every time.
Fearless no. Static. Just learning SFM with Pony's got a few good memes from messed up models, including a very derpy Celestia. Yes, enjoy the mistakes. SFM is great for memes because things go wrong so much. Nitromancer actively avoids streaming SFM ponies. Yeah, that's the one thing on here that I know. But there's been a couple people that have even like joined the server and stuff that are, or the Discord server that are. They don't even care about pony, but they're there because they just like that type of content and they've just enjoyed themselves. So it's there are people out there, not many probably, but I just enjoyed learning SFM is a thing I use as a way to teach myself a skill. My brain can't normally. Watching Argo has helped me pass my mental disorders that prevent my learning of SFM. Well, good. So there's different ways of learning, and I'm really good at learning from watching other people work on stuff, and so I hope that I can do the same. I'm going to have her eyes kind of brought down a little bit, because I can't increase them to wider, so I'm just going to make it look like they're coming down. But yeah. Now I'm going to make her eyes go... Actually, I don't know if I can really bring her eyes down any further. Yeah, her eyes are kind of there. Can't really get them... I can make them bounce a little here, but that's about the most I'm going to do. Music sounds so sad. It's good music. Actually, that's another sad one. Let's see here. Is there a good... What's a good happy one? Which one is playing right now? It is... Moonlight of a Dream. Alexa Ray. That's always a good one. Megas and ponies. Question photographer. Nice. The more the herd pointing at SFM animators, the merrier. Yes, more people making content. I'll probably take
I do enjoy my pony videos. I don't catch as many as I used to, I will admit. Mainly because I don't keep up on the top 10 anymore, since the previous person who did it stopped doing it.
Did you see who got first last month? This guy.
So you keep up on it.
No,
Or at least when you ever release a video, you...
I ended up accidentally running across it. I completely forgot they existed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had the #1 video for the month.
It's like, I just accidentally, like, I probably didn't place, but not even worth checking.
I know.
Oops! Oh, it fell open on my computer.
Well, I mentioned in the chat, the top 10 is a gimmick because the people vote on content, but they have to know it exists to vote on it, and so the people that vote on it are the people that are subscribed to channels. So the bigger the channel, the more likely it is you're going to get votes. So it's not based on quality, it's popularity. But when I was first growing, the top 10 was great because when you were a small channel, you were able to get on it. It was a big deal. But now, yeah, it's like the one I made the month before, that really, really short 7-second one, didn't get on there. But it was super, super short. And I think it was towards the end of the month too. But normally I don't put any stock in anymore. The top 25 for the year, I had the one chance to get in the #1 slot, and I got #3 with the Remembrance, but that was because it was Anthology and I think Lullaby for a Princess. They were the ones that above that, which are no way you're going to beat those.
I remember back at the height of the fandom, 2 of the biggest projects that ever came out. Like Double Rainbow came out the same month that Snowdrop came out, and I think that was like a huge blow to many people who made the Double Rainbow. They lost out to Snowdrop. Or what?
Well, yeah. If you for the whole year, if you're looking at content for a year, that's a lot of content coming through.
Well, it came out the same month.
Oh, the same month.
Yeah, those 2 videos came out the same month, and Double Rainbow lost out to Snowdrop. That had to be like a huge kick in the face to beat that project.
Well, and it's really tough to win releases it used to be anyway, for August. Mm-hmm. Because everybody released their stuff at BronyCon. And BronyCon was either the very end of July or August. Remembrance, I think, was the top for that month, but it was only because I got injured at work and I had delayed a release until September until I got better. So it was the next following month. But otherwise it would... August is tough because you get just absolutely stupid good content. Not as much anymore, even though last month being August was a really good month again, even just by accident. But anyways, a question for whoever. Hey, how's it going, you two? I am going very well. I am happy that it's only been a month since the last video and I'm almost done with another one. That's always a good feeling.
Considering how long the last one took. I know there was some stuff that happened between, but I don't really remember what it was. Something to do with a lizard.
Well, that might be what we're jumping to after this is done too. I kind of want to start one of the Tobakadachi adventures with Keith. So we might jump to that after.
Sounds like a long project.
Well, I'm just doing one of them right now. But I want to start it. And it's a short one. It'd probably only be like 15 seconds. I like making advertising people's live streams, but well, you can advertise me. That's the whole point of the stream. It's to yank people in and then let them know about all the cool things I do.
I mean, he makes pretty good curry. That's one thing.
I haven't made curry in a while.
Yeah, because it required rice.
No, that's fine now. But yes, I do want to make curry again.
I think something else you're good at. Drawing a blank.
Animation?
Yeah, I guess.
Curry is definitely top of the list, though.
Yeah, it's curry, then vacuuming, then animation.
Vacuuming?
I mean...
Like, what kind of skill do you need for animation? Do I do backflips as I just vacuum the ceiling?
Yes. I mean, the floors are nice and clean. That housekeeper. A Derpy's cuter. Can Derpy have a butterfly? I think he feels like that.
You know how this usually goes, right?
Wait. No, you're gonna do something adorable with Derpy. Yay, secret butterfly. I think that butterfly broke. No. It's too big. Yeah, Derpy gets bigger butterfly, he's better. It's very cool. That butterfly looks like a turd with wings, and it's that big.
No, it's
It's a broken, big old turd. It's sitting on our head. Sure is a lot of effort you're putting in to torture me. She has the biggest butterfly. No, don't encourage him. Oh, I don't bother him. He's just jealous his horse Andy's good.
so see, it's like it's Queen Derpy, and then like, oh no. It's just, it comes down and then just like, oh, she got his meal, and like, I'm gonna go eat now, and then Derpy's gonna go eating.
She's running, and she's like, away, moth.
Away, mighty steed.
She's got butterfly powers.
Butterfly powers. It's sad. It's actually, I need to double check this on the
No, she's not dead.
On this one. Okay, but yeah, that's actually one of the issues and why you can't see it, because the bottom of the wings are invisible. So we're gonna fix that. Derpy is dead. Yes.
Butterfly kidnapped our queen.
He kidnapped Derpy. We're in a cage using muffins. Yes. Yeah, all-hail Mothra. That's what it is. It's Mothra. So if you ever have a situation where it does this, where the texture is only visible on one side of something, it's actually a very easy fix. It's usually called culling. And so something on the model is telling it just to render one side of the textures, which is usually pretty useful, because like if you're inside of a model here, that's why they have it set up. You don't want to see both sides because you'd be rendering like double texture for no reason. But for this, it doesn't make any sense. So you can fix that. But I need to first find the texture. So there we go. I'm going to go to where that model is located. So this is Wildlife 01. Yep, 001, which is this file. And that's fine. I don't actually need to open it. And so I have to double check. I think it's no call. Yeah. So we are going to add that property no call to that texture. I think I can do an override with it too, but I'm not sure. So we're just going to do that. Then I'll reload materials. And that should let the texture go through both sides then. Yep, there we go. Now it's fixed.
Yay.
It's an easy fix. What's interesting I don't know if it's a default to have culling enabled or not. I'm thinking it is.
I think it is because the inside of because most of the time with 3D models, you don't see the other side of the polygons.
Yeah. But it depends. Like if you're doing like a flat poster, you probably only need to see one side. But if you're going to have it where like it's a rotating thing, you need to see both sides. Well, then you want to shut it off. In general, though, having it on should increase performance on an individual texture level. Probably not going to matter too much. But if you're going to copy paste it like 100 times, it might be important, or at least better too. But that does make that butterfly a lot more visible. So now I want to... So this is the difficult part. So the butterfly right now is locked to her head. So if I unlock it and I make any motion to the body, it's going to break the butterfly. So I think what I'm going to have to do right now is... thanks for the follow. Back to space. Still getting used to that bark. I don't want to move this too fast. I'm going to have it move right now, but... Depends. Okay, the root is free. Good. So I'm just going to have it... if I do like this, will it work? Still really, really quick. Could you blade the shot? For what context? I might have missed that. Oh, in terms of the locking of the butterfly? No, it's once I know 100% what her motion is and I don't need to change it anymore, then I can unlock the butterfly because her head's not going to move, but I'm probably going to add stuff to it. So even this right here, I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be overlapping animation because I can just undo it. I just wanted some context.
No. Send rainbow lasers.
It's kind of butterfly callers. Philly can after queen. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Just let them go. Their hive is hungry. Their butterflies are starving.
Kirby's got all the love.
They all just turned into muffins and she got really excited. And then they all changed back into changelings, and then because she lacks object permanence, they forget.
Yeah. I'm still reminded of that one, the episode where like Trixie and Glim Glam and Discord all went into a changeling hive. And a bunch of the changelings transformed into Fluttershy to mess with Discord. And you know what? Whoever thought of that needs a promotion. Whoever changelings who did that, really clever. I think that would have worked.
It kind of did, actually.
It did, but I have no, like, normally and stuff, like, oh, they could have got away from that. But nope. That was a hopeless situation. No one could escape from that.
So I want to have her upper face here. Not quite blink because she's very intent to keep focused on that butterfly. So actually, I'm just going to do this. Oh, no, that just brings down the top. I need to bring up the bottom a little bit.
When is the movie supposed to come out next year?
September, I think. But who knows?
It could be late.
Well, like even recently, because of like the absolutely horrid performance of Tenet in theaters, because Tenet was a movie, the Nolan's big movie, and they would not release it at anything other than in theaters this month, or like in the last couple of weeks, and it only made $30 million in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
which was globally made quite a bit, but it still was not even near paying for itself. And because of that, all these other movies now are delaying or pushing themselves off because they're like, yeah,
I'm not gonna release when nobody can go in theaters.
Well, they were using Tenet to see if they could, and then it just because of how badly that did, there's been like a couple movies that now have just been said that they're going to be pushing off release until up. I think. Black Widow is still on for November, but they're expecting that to potentially be pushed off as well. It looked like an interesting movie, but them trying to push that theaters only during everything is stupid. But I guess in a way, if it was being used as a test to see how the market is, they got the answer they wanted.
He had to feel pretty crappy that they essentially used his movie as the...
Unless it was his choice, too. I don't know. I would think that he's got to have some say in that.
I don't know how much say they have. What belongs to the studios at the end of the day. The only rumors well, they're not really rumors at this point, they're pretty much confirmed about the movie in G5, that the movie's supposed to lead into G5, and that G5 will not be the main six anymore, will not be the main cast.
I think I might just call that motion good.
I hope they're in it, though. Kind of like, not background characters, but kind of... I hope it's in the same world, I guess is what I'm saying. That's my only hope for G5. And that the animation is actually good. That's my other hope.
So we're gonna have... Can I move it? It's still gonna be in a rotation. I'm not... Oh, I still am locked.
I think one of the best parts about G4 was that they had built a rather impressive world.
This is why. So I need to do in, and then... Okay, and then I need to churn this around because it needs to flip the other way.
Goodbye, headphone game.
Alright, see you later, headphone. Yeah, I like the idea of things being new, of like completely new, because that worked before. You start everything from scratch, and that's what we got. How we got what we got. So if you what's to say they couldn't do that again?
Rare you can catch lightning in a bottle.
I know, but it's also saying that I never want anything new because I like this one thing, and never show me anything wonderful again.
I didn't say nothing new. I said same world, new characters.
But then it's because you want to see all the old characters come back in there. That's the only reason you want.
Like a slow cameo, or maybe a reference to the past.
No, I think that it would be, because then you're still asking for a continuation of the same story, and then they're going to have all these crossover stuff. No, if having it be brand new would be the best way to keep the series going for the longest. Otherwise, yeah, you're you're getting The Simpsons.
No, you'd be getting Star Trek.
Or no, you'd be getting the Cleveland Show.
No, you'd be getting Star Trek.
It's the same universe.
Yeah, but they weren't new characters.
Yeah, but it was following the same characters, and you know that they would bring back all the. No, they're going to do a new thing, because if they keep the same universe, and they're going to have you selling the same toys again.
Yeah, they don't have to change the presses. Hasbro will love it. They held on to like the really. I remember when G4 first came out, they still were putting out like the old version of Pony toys. Just tried to make it with this like Rainbow Dash's 2D mark or whatever. Here's the thing about Hasbro. Hasbro does care. It's just that they make horrible choices. And when they start getting their fingers in things, it tends to make those things worse.
No, but saying that I only want the same thing again because there's no way they can make something the same.
I don't want... If G4 was Star Trek, I want G5 to be Star Trek The Next Generation. That's all I want. And Twilight Sparkle can come into Generation 5 and die, just like Captain Kirk did. And, what is that?
There we go. That looks pretty good. It's just a promotion shop's very outdated though. Most preseason, yeah. I mean, what happened with her? She's kind of sad since, you know. Yeah, I like the idea. It's like when I said I'm not going to do any more Twidash stuff. Not Twidash. Sci-Twi. And there's a lot of people say because like mainly for the audio, or one of the reasons for the audio stuff, but two because I just don't want to be stuck making the same thing over and over again. And people are like, well, just get an AI to do the voice and whatever. I'm like, but then that's just more of the same. And if I was able to make something original and unique and good before, I can do it again. So if all I do is I keep repeating the same joke over and over and over again, I'm going to be bored as hell and not enjoy what I'm doing. People like original content, they just are scared of original content.
I just want Derby to be
people prefer what makes them comfortable, and what is knowing what to expect is comfortable. You'll get bored and rusty. Well, yeah, and how do you expand and get better at something if you just keep grabbing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again? You don't get better. So from my perspective, I want new stuff. I want to be able to poke at new stuff and explore new areas. And having a whole, to me, in terms of a show, having a whole new universe to explore allows the creativity of the community to explode again, to where they have this whole other universe to explore into, instead of before having something that is so defined and constructed that going anywhere with anything, you're going to have these. Thanks for the follow, Plunginder. You're going to have all the. You're starting to limit stories because people are going to be like, well, you can't say that because of this happened, and then you can't say this because this happened. A whole new universe would open up a lot more doors.
I mean, if you place it far enough into the future, all the stuff in that.
No, the same, but the land's the same. Like the places are the same, the creatures are the same. They all have the same history. They all came from places.
Yeah, but if you go far enough, none of that starts to matter.
But then you have to still come up with how did they get there. You can't just throw.
Sure.
But then the only reason you would care if it was in the same universe is if they're so far in the future, but then they're still using everything from the past.
No, see, it's.
But then
G5 fall out of question. Yeah.
No, if you move it so far in the future that nothing is relevant to today, then it's just a different show in a different universe.
There'd be a few things, a couple things.
Derpy is not immortal.
Well, she could be. And Twilight would be.
Thanks for the follow.
Like, that would be the one establishing thing, maybe, that Twilight is still princess. Of a question. And she essentially assumes Celestia's role. And she's been
also,
alive at that point for 500 years.
Do you think that Lauren Foss was still being paid for the show up through last season 9?
She was probably receiving some royalties.
So do you think they're going to keep it in the same universe?
They did.
Well, that might be a little different. Because they can reuse everything and not have to create a new IP. But if they're having to make a whole new universe, then they don't have to pay royalties to Lauren Foss or anybody else that was involved in the beginning. Plus, if they go and make a new universe, then they can just copy paste all the same stories.
I hope they wouldn't do that.
Thanks for the follow, duty.
Be able to come up with some original content. I mean, either way,
yes,
it's gonna have ponies.
So you know what you could do? Just go back to season 1 and just recolor, like go frame by frame and recolor everybody to be Derpy. And like all she says is muffins over and over and over again.
Muffin.
And then anywhere where Derpy was actually Derpy, just replace that with like Rainbow Dash.
You say Derpy is kind of like, I like the idea that we're like 500 years in the future, and Derpy's been preserved, and a giant like muffin or something.
How does that work?
I'm working out.
I want to know this. Can you explain the science?
She fell into a batch of muffins. The
a vat,
muffin,
a batch or a vat?
A vat.
How does a vat?
Muffin mix.
Explain a vat of muffin mix.
It's a giant vat of muffin mix, and she got baked inside the muffin, but she got preserved.
Wait. They had a giant vat of muffin mix, and they made a single muffin from this vat.
It's this big oven.
How did you fall in?
She's Derpy. That's a silly question.
Why is she eating raw muffin mix? That's like raw egg in there.
She didn't mean to.
I know, but
all that muffin preserved her, and she's fine. 500 years.
But then, wait, they made a muffin and then they just put it in a vault.
Well, it was too big to eat.
Why did they make it?
Yeah. World record.
Well, I mean, there's all these starving children, and you just went and made.
Starving children in Equestria.
Then why did they make this?
It's utopia. It's a giant.
I need background for this. You can't just make up these stories. They need to be realistic and within the boundaries of science.
These unicorns need to work within the boundaries of science. Look, she's fine. Her daughter fell in with her, so.
Oh, but she didn't make it.
No. I'm so sad. That way, Derpy's not sad about being in the future. She just kind of shrugs. She's like, I didn't really care about much else.
I kind of want to make her a little darker, but I think I'll just leave it dark as brighter.
Yes, this is a good story.
Yeah. Yeah. They never asked if they should. They just did.
If Fallout Equestria can keep
you need a close-up reaction camera. Oh, it does zoom in. Not to her, but it does zoom in a little bit to her. I did add a zoom that wasn't in there last time. Just enough because of the zoom in that happens here. Just as because it goes with the music.
Moo.
No. Scam likely.
Your phone tells you if it's likely a scam.
It always tells me the number first, and it's like, scam. I'm like, oh, good. I mean, maybe, though I've had it once, somebody called me from work and it says a scam. So, hello, Final. Love the stream. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You didn't notice the Madden Crowd, and now I can't unseen. That was originally put in there because I didn't know what to do for this cow, and Arizona model wasn't working at the time, so we did the Minecraft cow, and so I decided to leave it in there. So I just kind of greened it and darkened it to match the background so that you can see it, because I'm sitting on that shot not moving much, but otherwise it's only going to be a 2-second shot. Ooh. So the chances of you actually catching it in that 2 seconds are pretty low. So I thought it would be funny just as a little Easter egg thing here. There's actually 2 Easter eggs in this video of things hidden in the background.
I was thinking of the other
Moo.
Secret cow. Yes. Hello, keyboard cat. Nobody will expect the cow.
We do need more dirt voices. I just want to.
Ooh, I got a voicemail from this scam.
Moo.
And this scammer sounds a lot like my mom. Clever.
Well, if my mom is. So, interesting thing I learned. Mm-hmm. Area codes.
Yeah.
If, they're 3 digits.
Yeah.
The numbers that they were based, or the biggest cities all grabbed up the low numbered ones, because on a rotary phone it would be easier to dial. So, like, Chicago and New York are like, I think New York is 121. Whatever, or 212, I think it is. But then Hawaii, because they were so late in adopting it, is 8808, which is
back. You know what my area code is back home is 859.
Yeah, because it was probably because like the big cities grabbed it right away, and then as those areas grew, they had to start splitting area codes. I mean, around here, it's 612, 651, and 763. So even then,
That was pretty late.
they were a little later in there. But the really, really big cities grabbed up those low numbers. Interesting tidbit I learned today.
Anymore.
The other one is so hidden I wouldn't see it in a still frame of fully rendered YouTube vid with depth of field. You probably wouldn't notice it. I like hiding things where this is a couple pixels, because I had one of them where I was when I was doing the where's my OC in the videos, I had it dead on the ground and somebody was like, how would we ever catch that? This is stupid. I'm like, you're not supposed to catch it. You're not supposed to know it's there. I'm just pointing it out because it's a cool tidbit. It's not like you're like, I'm like, haha, you didn't catch it, so you are stupid.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Mm-hmm. It's not what I meant for anybody but that guy. Nobody expects the cow inquisitions. Remember government you're trying to scam me talking about my Windows 7 computer had a virus. I didn't have a computer with Windows 7, but the funny part is that caller said it was Best Buy. Yeah, they can really spoof whatever to say whatever they want on the phone. I usually, if it comes to scammers, I'm always careful on the phone because they could just get you to say certain things, so then they can record you in saying it and then play it back on like an automated system and then using your voice as an authorization. So if they do call and they ask you yes and no questions, that is worrying because I do not want to say yes or no. I don't want that answer on a recording. Or at least I don't want the answer yes on a recording. Not like you can just grab it from here. It's got music in the background though.
Yes. No. Maybe. For the revolution.
It's like, sir, did you realize that your refrigerator is not working correctly, and you must construct additional pylons?
Yes. Well, that might be the issue. Yes.
My life for hire. Okay, so I need to make her ears kind of go droopy droopy. So she goes down, so we're gonna go... Oh, I can't do both at once. So we're gonna kind of...
No, just imagine like a fridge repairman just coming in like, oh yeah, looks like your pylon's here is on the fridge. And there's just a giant glowing pylon in the middle of the house. And like, ding ding, I said we can have this fixed in about 2 hours. This is like, this is power in the house. Just in his overalls. Tool belt.
You know, that's not perfect, but I'm just gonna leave it.
You might want to consider constructing additional pylons in the basement.
Oh, I'm running out of space down there. I might need to expand. Oh, they got these compact pylons now. Put 3 in a box.
Super fancy.
Moo. Moo.
One thing with these ears is I don't know how to make like sad and stuff. They just kind of are like weird floppy bits. Ooh, that's not timed right. Actually, don't need to move them that much. So this is good. I'm just gonna move them a little bit and not care enough. So right at the beginning of this, though, this is the anticipation for motion. Nah, actually, I don't even need to do that. It's too little. But this is kind of moving that way, so let's see if I can do that. That should work. Maybe if I can, like, can I go, like, churn them like she's got a radar? She's got to pick up all the butterfly noises. Robin Williams had his contract so that no one uses voice even if he is deceased. Really? That's actually, that's not a smart, that's a, he's got a distinct voice, so if that's the case, yeah, that's pretty smart. Well, depending.
I mean, it just means people who can do good impressions of him have jobs. That's all that means.
But then why would you need to impersonate somebody else when you can just bring in its own character?
People impersonate Robin Williams all the time.
I know, but if you're bringing him into as a character for something to impersonate, then you would probably be getting people angry that you're demeaning that person.
Family Guy does it all the time. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, Family Guy is doing it as the actual person.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like if they were to do like another Aladdin cartoon.
I mean, they basically did an entire episode where Meg was transforming into all of his characters. Or no, the whole world was transforming into different versions of Robin Williams.
But that's different. Again, it's not. I'm talking about like if somebody was trying to be his characters, and trying to just impersonate them. Impersonating somebody is not the same.
Aladdin 2 wasn't Robin Williams. It was somebody. It was the guy who played Homer Simpson impersonating Robin Williams.
That makes sense, I guess.
Which is funny because that all just came together.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like prequels and sequels to movies that he was a character in. But at that point, if somebody did it, they would just be demeaning. You should do that for anybody. The only way I can see that being sort of okay is like if somebody died during production of a movie. But then there's movies like does anybody watch Pink Panther, the original Pink Panthers? The live action detective movies, not the cartoon with the Pink Panther, that came from that, but the live action ones with Inspector Clouseau, and those are really, really, really funny old comedies. But the lead actor died partway through one of the third movie they were filming, and so like the movie kind of goes one direction, and then like halfway through the movie it completely changes. Like the whole idea of it changes to like this reminiscent summary of previous stuff as a throwback, but they still released the movie, but they didn't have an actor to play anymore because he literally died unexpectedly.
Hilarious that they just replaced him halfway through the movie. He's like, I'm Inspector Clouseau, like I've always been. Wait, no, you're a different person. No? Okay.
But that would be demeaning to the original actor too. So you'd barely get a kickback from it.
Who's gonna blame him?
But nobody cares on that. It's like thinking from Iron Man 1 to 2, who played War Machine.
It was a different actor.
It was a completely different actor.
Yeah.
So, and for kind of good reason.
Different actor for the Hulk between the movies too. Okay.
Well, yeah, but the first Hulk wasn't as good, and the act.
Hard to work with.
Oh, what was it? What was the guy that? No, the guy that does the current Hulk.
I heard his name recently, but I can't remember it. I'm horrible about remembering actors.
I can't remember his name. It bugs me because it's like I hear it. I know somebody here knows it.
With an M. That's all I remember.
Oh, that's good. You narrowed it down to 1 to 26.
Well, it's a start.
Bruce
Banner?
No, that's his.
No,
that's not the actor's name.
you're gonna look it up, and it's not even gonna start with an M, and I'm just gonna be like, well.
Mark Ruffalo. There we go. Oh, there we go. And the keyboard brought it up just as we saw too. Yeah, he does a great job at it. So,
yeah,
was it Edward Norton that did it before? No.
Yeah, it was Edward Norton who was the first.
Oh yeah, which doesn't make any sense.
It worked fine, but apparently he was super difficult to work with, and he kept wanting to add in his own notes.
And
the director, and was angry when his ideas weren't included. So they didn't want to work with him anymore.
So I'm gonna call this one good. I kind of don't want to put Arizona in here because I feel like any idea shot with Arizona in there is going to be, considering the lighting in the dark areas around this one, is going to completely overshadow anything I have as a focus in the shot.
You just have her wander off after the butterfly.
No, because right afterwards she gets blown up.
He didn't get blown up.
Oh, he's right there.
No.
He's right there. See? He's right. Might have to think on that one a little bit. All right, move over here.
You can just shift the camera to have her the shot.
Have her notice brain change, so she changes too. I thought about doing that. It makes editing hard because I have to have, being I'm in a mask and follow that line would have to be equivalent on both, or I'm going to have to start like nitpicking along the edges to make them disappear correctly. Or I would have to do 3 renders. One with them both as their character, one with one as a character and one isn't, and then one with them both not. And then like have a triple mask cover, which just gets complicated. I'd rather not. I kind of like the idea that he wasn't really paying attention. Hello, hello, Breadhead. What are those gray-looking things? What do you mean the gray-looking things?
This version still has like derby dies in this version of your story.
Oh, so I think there's a Bailey died in a tragic accident. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't even need to read the rest. In the explosion. Oh, well, there's just some rocks that come flying up, and then there's just some smoke. Standard. I have to be a little careful with this one because if you look at those clouds, no matter where I move here, they're a consistently rotating thing. Which means that it has to be one render with this and then calling it good because I can't mix this one.
I made it in there.
Well, that's why this one's red.
Yes. I think it should be blue.
You're just saying that because you're blue.
I am blue.
Very blue.
I'm blue. I will die.
Because
remember the 90s? I do.
Yeah. 90s were over 20 years ago. The music from there is the oldies now.
I will die, I will be.
This dream died because all I'm getting is buffering. Yeah, if they don't have transcoding enabled, I can't do too much on that. I wish I could.
Who here wasn't even born yet?
That was it
I
exactly!
shouldn't even ask that question. It's probably like everyone. Nobody here is as old as you are. Ancient fossils.
You talking about me?
I mean, I'm including both of us in this, yes.
I'm still the older one.
Yeah. So you're just like even ancient or
He doesn't say Narf at this first part, does he?
Think so. No,
97.
no, it's too stupid.
That makes you.
Is it so like, so I'm a year older than you, I think.
Like 6 months older.
Yeah, so it's like 6 months difference. Can anybody guess how, like, other than those people that already know, guess how old I am by comparison? Then with that comparison.
Wow, this is what I know what he's trying to do. It's like you're older than him. Wow, because he looks near death.
No, I'm not. I didn't say that.
300.
300. I'm close.
Almost.
You're off by a factor of a lot. 27. Okay. Is there anybody else?
Who's 27? That's what I want to know.
No, it's only 6 months difference.
Yeah, well, okay.
So you could be both.
27.
I like 27. I said me.
Okay, how old do I look? Like, you giving him 27, 29?
No, hold on. There's a delay.
Oh. You're like, wait a minute, don't get optimistic.
27 to 32. Okay.
41.
41. Is it you?
Wait, I'm 41 or he's 41? Both. Like... I want this to specify.
You're younger than him, so I can only say 16 or 17. So, okay, I was gonna say 16 or 17. I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, final. Almost hit it on the head.
Actually, for me, they did hit it on the head.
I am 35, I think.
Yeah,
I'm 35.
days, for a few more days.
Yeah, except next week. Next week, then I'm not. But I am 35, yes.
And
He is 52.
I am 52. Look, my hair is going gray. I'm scraggly as heck.
So I appreciate everybody thinking I'm younger. I do have a baby face.
Oh, you're 48? That's old.
For-
a lot.
Ah. No, that's cool. Well, welcome.
Hello.
Thanks for the follower, Kimo. I thought he was in his 40s.
Me? I am not.
See, any higher age, I'm just gonna give to you, and any of the lower ages, I'm just taking myself.
Yeah, that seems fair.
As of this December. Oh, so you're 47. You're not even 48 yet. See, there's a big difference between those two. No, I am
well aware life has been beating me with a stick for a while now, so I look a fair bit older than I am. Better not be. When is your birthday? Or do you not want to announce it through a stream?
Is there going to be a birthday stream? Well, my birthday is middle of next week, and so it doesn't land on a stream day. But I wasn't really planning anything, like for my birthday or anything. I mean, I guess I could if you wanted. It's Wednesday. Thanks for the follow, Scorpio. No, next Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could definitely.
So a week from Wednesday. Yeah, but I wanted to do that one on the weekend.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to have it ready by this weekend. But Jay's got me busy tomorrow.
Don't worry about having it this weekend, though. It'll probably be the weekend afterwards.
I could definitely have it the weekend after. I mean, if I hammer hard.
Because if I can get this video done for Friday, I want to have the morning coffee stream on Saturday, and we're probably gonna have a group thing on Saturday. So this is just gonna make a busy weekend.
That would be better for both.
Game day. You're 11 years older than me. Oh, cool. Should get you something. Michael got me an Instant Pot.
I dig. We're old, so we buy each other kitchen appliances. Or whatever, I don't know. That's what old people buy is kitchen appliances. I mostly want ponies. Somebody can give me here you are, Michael. This is a $300 Fabergé egg. I'd be like, okay, cool. Here's a pony keychain I found at Walmart. I would be so much happier. You can keep your Fabergé eggs. I'm not that old.
Oh, yeah, he has a jawbone, doesn't he? Yes, he does.
Well,
thanks for the subscription, Scorpio. Thank you very much. Rainbow Dash is happy.
I...
Should always do Marvel's chats of it. It's that easy. Marvel? Oh, okay. I was saying Marvel's chat. What is Marvel's chat? No, I'm curious.
That Instant Pot is pretty cool. We cooked brown rice in 30 minutes.
Less than that, technically.
Yeah. It was, and if you ever cook brown rice, that's impressive.
Yeah, I'm trying to... This is one of, his big expressions, so I need to...
I he says marbles, all I can think is the game Marbles, where you draw a big circle and try to knock marbles out of the circle. No! I'm probably like barely old enough to even know how that game is.
So this needs to be... This needs to be pulled in. Let's forget this one. This is... Oh, I can just do everything here.
When I was in grade school, the big game was Pogs. Until they shut it down because it was essentially a game for children.
I was a fan of Magic cards. I did a lot of Magic cards, but I just had nobody to play against, so I kind of stopped that pretty early. It was just me and my one friend.
Everybody was playing
That was
Pogs
it.
at one point, and the school was like, yeah, we're trying to bring kids Pogs or Pogs. That's how you played. That game was for keeps.
So I need to do a shout in the middle of here. It's almost as bad as cow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Is it possible to defeat marbles? Maybe?
Like, you'd all have your own the slammer was like the unique thing between each person. And everybody had a technique.
There we go. So that actually will work. Well, no. Where's extra wide? I think that might work. Nope, still. So at this angle, because it can look like really big down here, but I needed to get it to look right from the front, and from the front it needs to go like probably this.
Like that.
So when he goes to the front here too, so I need to have his lips come out, which are... Is there... There's lip up, down, mouth. No, there's a lip out. There's a lower lip out.
That's weird from that angle.
He's having a baby.
Breathe, darling, breathe.
That's the down thing. No, I don't think I have what I'm actually looking for. Oh wait, that might actually work. It's too much fuff. Oh, no, stupid face. Oh, let me get this. That might work for now. I'll leave it for now. Stupid face. Okay, we got changelings.
Put Rainbow Dash's head on the changeling, that would be stupid.
Well, the stupid face is just kind of including anything to do with the body or anything.
Just rip off his face. That'd be pretty
It's a corgi changeling.
You can take it home.
We'll just do this for now.
He flew.
It's Poogie.
it
Oh
exactly?
Lord, he coming.
No.
Oh, you gotta speed that up.
No!
Here comes.
No!
No.
No!
Marvin.
A E chunk. He's
like, no. What have you done? This is essentially what we did with dogs.
That was it exactly!
Or wolves. It's like, we took a wolf and we made that.
That was it exactly!
It's he's so cute. He's so
Very. I still love that meme where it just shows wolves out in the wild. They're just like, we will befriend them. We will become friends with the humans and work with them. What's the worst that can happen? And then it shows like a tiny pug with a birthday hat on. He's like, crap. It's like, oh, what have you done?
No!
Oops.
No!
Is this the form between larva and full-grown changeling? Yes. Yes, it is. You've learned their secret. Do the previous animations work with the changeling? For the most part. Actually, I can test it right now. We will see. Let's see here. This is working with some of these flexes. I don't think I've exported a per pony flex in a while that has those bits. Let me do an adventure. Oops, not that. This one might. Oh, this might look really weird. So the nose
No.
is a little.
Oh, see.
Let me at least fix that one.
No, leave it. It's horrifying.
See, if I did that with Derpy, it'd be like, no.
Oh, if you did it with any pony.
Oh, so the nose is, I think, a different shape.
Just trying to force it into bullshit.
Good enough.
So what it probably is, if I kind of go through these flexes and just start rotating them 180 degrees, you'll eventually start fixing it. Because usually if one's backwards, it's probably because they all are backwards. So this one is twisted. That one I just did before. Actually, I believe all the mouth flexes are going to the pony's mouth positions.
Jeez.
I don't want that one. So the facial stuff kind of broken, but let's just see.
That was it. Off. That was it exactly.
So for the most part, the bone structure is the same.
If I walked in on that,
No,
I would immediately
that was it
turn and run the screen.
And we can do the. See, like, look, he's happy.
No,
He's got an itchy butt.
you got worms.
Okay, well, we'll see. Bye. I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to fall, and then he realizes he didn't fall, and then he gets all happy. So I will say that the body structure is the same, but the facial structure is not. But I could. Oh. Never done that before. Oh.
Spreading it to the internet.
And deselect nose. Okay, being that I'm not seeing any mouth movements, yeah, I'm thinking nothing actually matches up for the lip syncing either. So, sadly, no. But the body movements work. And even then, if you need to map animation from one to another, what I'll do is I'll load up the model that is the exact same of the one that it was exported from, and then I will overlap the two models on top of each other and lock each of the new model's bones to that model's as much on top of each other as possible. And then when everything's locked, all the animation then is carried over. So it's not about like zeroing it because the rotations might flip, but getting them right where they are, copy and locking them so that all the animation is tied to it, and then unlocking and getting rid of that original model you loaded from. I've done that before for one of the bloopers I had was it from I think the 1 year anniversary one from a while back had Spike like running really creepily. It's because I imported the animation for the thanks for the fellow Booper Duper. It's a fun name. It's grabbing the animation from the fast zombie models, and then I just stretched all his bones to match up with the bones of the fast zombie so that he got all of his animations, and then I could do anything I wanted to him. I could load in all the fast zombie animations. So I had him running really, really creepy. But that's fun because that's Spike. That's just what he does. Now that I think about it, I have not seen a Tom Spiegel comment on rocket surgery yet. That concerns me.
I don't think he's dead.
No, he can't be dead. He's immortal.
Oh.
He must go on to torment all those with videos about Spike.
Maybe he just isn't aware. Somebody needs to tag him in the video.
Just make the video like rocket surgery. Thomas Spiegel, please look.
Please look. We blew up Spike. He's dead now.
Was it exactly?
So I always do lip syncing first. That's why I'm doing this with it before doing any of the animation, because I'm not sure how timing will work before the lip syncing is done. But even here, I kind of getting the mouth low like that. Normally I wouldn't do that part of it until animated, but I know I'm working from this angle, so I just do it now. Piggy's hard because he speaks different. Okay, so this is... So I need the mouth to open just a teeny bit. Probably with an O. Actually, I'm going to do open and then close again. And where's my tongue? I'll do tongue afterwards. It took me a second to realize it's pinky, not pinky. Yes, that's why he's got pink, red-pink eyes. I was actually watching another thing about color, which I thought was interesting.
It wasn't pink in the brain.
No, but it was regarding how what we interpret as specific colors is only because we decided to give it a name, but that it in no way, and because we gave it a name, we see it differently. But that like some cultures, they only have 2 or 3 colors that are defined, and all the rest are just versions of those colors. You might think, how does that make any sense? There's so much.
It makes sense to me because we do light blue, dark blue.
No, 2 or 3 colors, like red. No, I mean white, black, and red.
White, black, and red.
Some cultures that there's the only colors.
They don't even do the primaries.
But what are the primaries?
They're the primaries, the ones you mix together to make every other color.
But we only works for mixing them together because we chose those areas to mix together.
Didn't choose those colors. We just know that those 3 colors make up all other colors.
Yeah, but why those 3 colors? You could move the spectrum and mix those colors.
But then some colors wouldn't be included.
But we're defining the colors.
By what we're capable of seeing.
Like what is brown?
brown is, I don't know, what primary colors do you mix together to make brown?
You don't. It's orange.
So
We just identified it as something different because if you
I don't know, man.
no, because like say you go to this and we say
Those numbers make up the red, green, blue.
like this oh no, come on.
Red, green, blue make up brown.
No, see this is orange, but suddenly if you go down here, it's brown.
Yeah.
But why?
Look at the red, green, blue spectrum. It'll tell you why. It's right there. It's RGB.
Well, no, because we defined that.
No, our eyes did. We just gave it a name.
Yeah, but the cultures have defined like this is dark orange to some cultures. Why do we call it brown? Our eyes don't pick up brown, so why do we make it brown?
It's 129 red, 67 green.
But then if I move this to here,
It's
what is this?
You have to go back to the thing.
No, but this is why do we call this darker purple? But we have to actually call this a different color.
Huh? That's purple.
No, this. Why
Brown.
if I go up here, it's orange.
Yeah.
But if I go to the same, like if I go up here and I say this is like pink, but then I go down here,
It's purple.
but it's just a darker version of the same thing. And what is purple?
It's
Purple
back-
doesn't exist.
Back to the red, green, blue.
Purple isn't a real color.
There is a difference. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's a mixture of. Well, the red, green, blue.
It's the opposite ends of the spectrum. It's an illusion. It's not a real color. The thing was with brown, because brown, we define that a darker version of a color is something else when we've done that with other ones, or we haven't done that with others, where some cultures only define 2, 3, or 4 colors and say everything else is a mixture of those colors.
There's royal purple, magenta.
Well, yeah,
there's a lot of different versions of different.
But because we created those names, Crayola doesn't define what colors exist in the world. Until that moment, that wavelength did not exist.
It existed. It just didn't have a specific name.
Indian red was not a thing until that very
It's
moment.
not that it didn't exist, though. It just didn't have a specific name.
But it was that all the colors that we see, we give a name because our culture created a name for it.
Yeah, but we didn't create the color.
No, we didn't create. But because we gave it a name, we see it physically different. Like if I were to look at this ground, I'm going to see it as a brown immediately. I'm going to interpret it as a brown and see it as a brown. My brain isn't going to even contemplate it as an orange.
If you had a Crayola brain, you would see it as like dark
If I had
blood brown.
If I had a Crayola brain, well, for one, that'd be a little no brain matter. You just have wax just floating around in there.
Crayola named all the colors.
But it was just a fascinating way to of seeing where somebody's brain literally will interpret certain colors differently because of the way they were raised.
The colors the same. We just, unless you're colorblind, you just have different names for them. That's all.
When your brain gets the signals in for each of the colors, but then it immediately is turned into something else, your brain doesn't see those individual things. You're just seeing the electrical signals.
You might give it a different name, but you're going to see the same color.
You're going to see the same color, but you're
lots of things.
But you could,
depending on the language.
But some will just define 3 colors, three colors: white, black, and red. There is at least one culture that looks at those being the only 3 colors, and everything else they could identify on that spectrum from that. And like you'd be like, well, how does that make any
I
sense?
feel like they wouldn't be describing things very well.
But they don't. It doesn't matter because for them it's fine. And it was probably in a culture where red was a very primary color, because they killed people a lot. There's a lot of murder.
It's upsetting.
But also might have been a spiritual thing of light, dark, and then blood being people too. So I don't know. What if gray is just colors humans can't see? Colors. What if grays are just colors humans can't see? Well, it depends.
You
like
can't see infrared.
Nixie pops up here, and I don't know if he is in there right now, but he's actually monochromatic, so he can't see any color.
Like at all?
No. So you can have monochromatic or bichromatic. So you can have it where either one is bad, 2 are bad, or all 3 and all 3 of his are bad.
Oh.
So he is monochromatic. But that's why some of his animations are black and white. So, thanks for the follow, Frangia. Makes sense since there's an animal which can see 2 extra colors. But even said, I wouldn't say that they can see extra colors. It's just that they're able to see outside of our visible spectrum, and it usually means
colors we can't see.
Usually means they're going into infrared or they're going into ultraviolet. Yeah. And there's even some living people that can, I believe, see partially into ultraviolet because like their eyes are sensitive to certain wavelengths just a little bit. They even found that we as human beings can be influenced by similar things. We might not know it, like hearing a sound. Thanks for the follow, Commander. We can be influenced by sounds that are outside of our hearing range because even though we can't hear it, it still is something we can pick up and sense in a way or not, one way or another.
That was it.
This needs to be moved. So usually skip the open part.
I have this feeling like there's like Grail keeps an eye out for people who try to just spend their lives naming all the colors. They're like, you need to come with us. We need your help.
It's like the Manhattan Project where they started like grabbing scientists away and like
Yes.
they're like, well, what if there's a color between these two crayons and they're like just removed from society?
It's like, we must name it. The Crayola scientists.
It's gonna be like getting like dual Latin names like they give to new species of creatures.
It's like, can we call it turtle green? We already have a turtle green.
This is Paraplis bluus. Ooh, summon it from
What
the.
about sea turtle green? We have that too. No more turtles. We used up all the turtles.
You get 3 chances and then you're executed.
Yes.
This is tough because he's very little amount of time.
Brown.
That was
Brown turtle green.
Jeez.
What is this color? It's orange blue.
I just imagine it's like don't make up too many names. Grail will kidnap you.
We're gonna hear a knock at the door.
People in
Take down those lights, they might see it.
He's got people in like brightly colored crown. Now we're gonna have that debate again.
It's like
Crown costume.
yeah, no more clown voices. You don't get to do
No,
clown voices.
crown.
Oh, I thought you said clown.
No, crown.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not that discussion again.
Crown.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, all right. So say it again.
It's crown.
Okay, so the
You color with a crown.
okay, what word is he saying?
Crown.
Okay, say it to the mic.
You know, see, there's crown that you wear on your head, and crown, which you color with. I'm saying it very differently.
Does anybody hear a difference in that? Because
Yes.
I hear crown and crown. There's no
Crown.
crayon.
Crown. 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 Yeah, see?
He's wrong.
He's not wrong. He's deaf.
No, all I hear is the same word. Craywin. Craywin.
There's crown.
Croon.
Sit on your
I
head.
like croon.
And then crown, which you color with. I am putting the Y in there.
Well, how do you say hot dish?
Casserole.
No, it's hot dish.
Casserole.
No, see that one's like, I mean, if I'm gonna bend on crown and crown.
No, it's not crown and crown. You just said crown twice. It's crown and crown.
It's the same word.
It is not the same word.
It is the
I'm
same
saying
word.
it very differently. There's crown.
If you were to like not do those actions, I wouldn't know what you were saying. The difference of it.
Crown.
It sounds like cram for some reason. Yeah, I agree. He should cram. It sounds like crown, but it's crayon. So see, I know that there's a couple people that disagree, but I'm going to agree with the person that agrees with me. Because that's how America works.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it's crayon to make it easier.
You're putting way too much emphasis.
See, somebody
Emphasis on
named Captain Scrublington has to be right. So we're going to go with him.
No, I say it exactly as he said, but you're putting way too much emphasis on the on.
No, I could hear that there's a very slight difference in the way he says it, but then that just does no, it doesn't make sense.
Some put a ton of emphasis on the on.
Grayon. Gray on, gray off.
Off! That was it!
This is...
He's just making fun of me because I'm from Kentucky and he's not.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you're now in the Minnesota, bucko.
Yeah, and I'm going to get everybody in Minnesota to start saying crayon.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you say it right. Without all that crazy emphasis.
This is so much, so fast. That was. So it's going to be a little open, a little close. We're going to go a little angry. Put a little bit more close in there. Oh, no, let's get rid of the teeth. Maybe a little more angry. We don't want him to be sad.
One of them's not a word. It's just an O and a W.
How do you pronounce ow versus on?
Oh, ow.
Crown rhymes with ow. Crayon rhymes with on.
What?
No, see, that sounds right enough for me.
Crown rhymes with owl. Doesn't it?
Crown. Crown owl.
No, that's not rhyme.
Well, no, it's not, but it sounds the same, right?
Crown owl.
Yeah. But they're the same mouth movements.
Crown?
Crown. Remember, I'm from Minnesota where our O's are very interesting.
Yeah, you guys, you put way too much emphasis on O's up here.
Yeah, but we love our O's.
Minnesota's.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh yeah, we're up in the Minnesota. That's why we did hot dish, because there's an O in that one.
Yeah, it's a casserole.
But no, that's not the O. That's ha. It's hot dish. So that's not. You're not saying hot dish.
It's hot.
Oh, we're getting to hot dish. Oh, jeez.
It's a hot dish.
And that's why tater tot. We just want to. Anything we make has to have an O in it.
It has an extra. What?
Tater toot.
Say Cheerios.
Let's not add an O there.
Oh, I see, because Cheerios already has a pretty emphasized O. I just want to hear Cheerio. Oh, Cheerio, eh? Or just Canada here.
You can't just add A to the end of the sentence and then make it Minnesota. No, because that's racist.
Minnesota. Racist against Canadians in Minnesota.
They are very sensitive people.
Yeah, it's not hot dish. It's just casserole, and they decided to be special and call it something it's not.
You can't agree on hot dish. No, hot dish. Hot dish is how it's said.
I like how you even put a space in there.
See, and you know what the other one is here? Hold on. Okay, see. This map is the way it should be. So there's duck, duck, gray duck, and duck, duck, goose.
It's duck.
Now, see, according to this map, in Minnesota, it's duck, duck, gray duck, and that's what we say in Minnesota. But apparently, the rest of the country has it wrong. And this map is very telling because gray is the right color for this map, and it is definitely the majority. So that blue is just completely wrong. It is duck, duck, gray duck.
It is duck, duck, goose.
It is not duck, duck, goose.
And you know it.
And which is surprising because goose has two O's in it.
Yes. If you go in so much O.
But this map is very much that, yes.
How do Minnesotans say goose?
Goose?
Goose.
It's a goose. Oh, geez, you look over there. There's them goose.
Goose.
The goose.
So.
Yeah, you flying overhead. That means the cold weather is coming in. You better pull out the ice house. I know it's not for another 3 months, but you never know.
Not in stream all the time. This is actually his actual voice. Don't let him fool you. He's 110% Minnesotan.
That's going like 200%, man. What are you talking about?
Man, you get like I was told that not many people had that accent when I came up here the first time. And then we went to like a breakfast house and there was somebody in there with like a really strong accent and I couldn't help but like grin.
Yeah, I used to work with somebody that he had a very slight accent, Canadian accent, but he would always end every sentence with A. Yeah. Like, and he didn't even know he was doing it. He just ended every sentence with A. Be like, it's like, hey, can you go out on the dock, eh? we got a new freight in you, and just everything, and it was so funny. I love that guy.
Great.
Accent does look like
Is correct. You're right.
The game is more about annoying your friends and betray. Oh yeah. Goosen. It's a lovely day outside, and you're a horrible gray duck. Yes. There's other things like for Minnesota. It's not casserole; it's hot dish. Mm-hmm. You measure most distances and how long it gets there, not how far it actually is. Because depending on the time of the year, it could drastically change because of weather.
Up and down are very literal here.
Yes. Anytime you're going like on vacation, you always say you're going up somewhere, even though like you're good. Like,
well, no. Here I've all found that if you're going north, you're going up, and if you're going south, you're going down.
Oh yeah.
But where I'm from, up meant you were going somewhere, regardless of whichever direction, and down like. I'll be going down. Say there's two people in a conversation. Basically, they'd be like saying, "You coming up here?" And then you would reply with, "Yeah, I'm coming down in a bit." And they'd be like, "Okay," and that would be it. But here, they take it very literally. If you say you're going up somewhere, it means you're going north. And if you're going down, it means you're going south. But back where I'm from, up and down are interchangeable depending on if you were coming or going, not actual like. North or south had nothing to do with it, and that was a long conversation.
Because we're towards the lower end of the state, that normally if somebody's going up north, it's because they're going to a cabin. If you say you're going up to the cabin, it is always it doesn't matter if it's south or north, it's always up to the cabin.
Really?
Yeah. So even if the cabin was south, that would be really weird because there's no cabin south of here. They're all because everything north of here just becomes forest and wilderness. There's nothing north of here.
I just found it was like up and down was very literal in the north and south here, as opposed to where I'm from.
Yeah, I'm in Iowa and Utah. Utah is gorgeous. I have tons of pictures on my computer from Utah. We want to go there again because it was just it was so pretty. But in Iowa it's just corn.
That sounds right.
Nebraska it's a road that you get on until you're through it. You from Scarbie? Are you from Utah? Because I spent like a full week. We did a full circle in there for national and state parks, and it was like so different every corner. It was really, really, really cool.
Now, be honest. Do you farm corn? I won't believe.
Not in Utah.
Oh, what's Utah? Utah's all desert.
Yeah, it's
You
just
farm cactuses.
Yeah, no, it's super pretty there. No, there's some giant forests over there too. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I moved here a few years ago. Fell in love with the mountains. Yeah, dude, the mountain. We never got to Salt Lake, but we were good bit south of there. What's the name of it? I have it on a shirt. Zion. Zion is like my favorite. I'm pretty sure that's in Utah. Live in Utah your whole life. See, the one thing I like about living in Minnesota is it's boring. There's not. Well, the winters are really pretty, cold, but they're pretty.
Terrifying.
But it's fairly flat, so anytime I go anywhere, it still feels great and wonderful. But I feel like if I was around mountains or beaches or something like that all the time, that it wouldn't be as special anymore because I would be seeing it every day. Florida, oof, that is one place I would never want to live.
Hot, humid, sweaty.
Nasty. Hot, humid, hurricanes, and it's just a rough place. If you could live there and you're doing great, congratulations. Good on you.
My grandparents tried it for a while. They didn't like it.
I want to go back and climb Angel's Landing. I haven't actually seen Angel's Landing. I want to walk through Zion through the Narrows. That's my thing right now. I want to be there when the water's low, and I want to walk through the canyon. Because do I still have...
Picked up horses. I had horses, and I got excited.
I don't know if I have them on here.
You got all your vacation photos. I never keep anything. I post things.
Oh, you know what? I think it's here. Because I think these Grand Canyon was included in the trip. But like that was such a cool... I don't think that was Zion. I think this was, we got to Bryce and we were so angry because it was snowing and we couldn't see anything. So I said, screw it. And I took a picture of the brochure and I said, here, we got our picture. But then we went back the next day and it was 70 degrees.
You gotta be kidding me. That's a heck of a swing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so this was the next day when we were there. It was nuts because from one end of Bryce to the other is like 4,000 or 5,000 feet difference.
Yeah.
So, but even that was the same spot.
I thought about, like, as far
Bryce
as like,
Canyon.
crazy weather over a short distance. I think when I was in the UK, like, you take a train from southern, like, England up to like Glasgow.
God, look at that. It's so pretty. It's just gorgeous. It's so cool. I loved that trip. We're going to go back this year, but then COVID.
I went from, like, when I started the train ride, it was bright and sunny in the 70s. Like, halfway through the train ride, when I was up higher elevation, up in, like, Scotland, it was all snow. And then by the time I actually got to Glasgow, which was slightly lower, it was rain again.
This is the other one that I liked. This is, I believe, Goblin. So there's just these weird bubbling rocks, and we were there just as the sun was setting, so this picture doesn't even do it justice how orange everything was.
Yeah, I remember hearing the story about the Scoutmaster who knocked a bunch of them over.
Yeah, I heard that they had a vandal go through and kind of mark up some stuff too. Yeah. I remember going through Bryce and seeing well over 100 flights climbed on the fit. But yeah, it was nuts. I don't even know what this is. This is some tree. That's a big tree. I can't remember all these pictures because this was 2011, so this is 9 years ago. Wow, it's 9 years ago. I wish I had some of the pictures that when we were driving into Zion. Because it was here. It was actually, it looked like Jurassic Park. There was a storm that was coming in. Oh, I didn't get as many pictures as I thought of that. It was so cool. It was a downpour and the rain was just flying off of everything. It was so cool. Oh, this is an actual desert. Like just out of nowhere. Like it was such an interesting location. If you ever can go to Utah, well, I mean, for those that live there, you're there all the time, but it was gorgeous. I want to go back again. Did you see the checkerboard mesa in Zion? I can't remember. Zion had a ton of stuff. Hello, Hills.
I'm gonna disappear.
That was an
You can show your vacation.
I'm kind of done. I got I have a ton of vacation stuff on here. I have a cabin trip I was on, but a lot of these have family picture stuff on it, so I don't want to quite open it. Boundary Waters when we were up there. Up there.
North.
Well, yeah, that is definitely north.
But if you were, then that confused.
But if it goes farther enough left and right, we just say up. It has to be pretty far.
But okay. But if you,
that was
but like, I grew up saying like in the same conversation, if somebody was coming to you, you'd be saying, "You coming up here?" And if you were the one going somewhere, you'd say, "Yeah, I'll be down in a bit."
We'll say over.
We'll say over.
We'll be over in a
later.
Oh yeah, I don't think we don't say down much. Everything's north because we're at the south end of the state, and everything north is like the happy areas.
It has nothing to do with like up or down, really. It's more just like
it's a turn of phrase.
Are you coming up here?
But why do you say it? Why do you say up and down?
What you?
Yeah, well, we call it a goddamn hot dish, so fuck you.
But that's not what it is.
Yeah, it's not up or down either. So
it's all relative. The world is round. There is no up or down. Pinkie Pie said so.
No, there is. Up and down is defined by your perspective. Always based on your perspective. Except for like China, because they're upside down. There's a really good China restaurant in Zion as well, which was really surprising given it's a tourist trap in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I don't think we actually ate anywhere there. No, actually, it's like in the middle of India, for me anyway, because it's in America. I believe it was like southern India or something. That was like the other side of the planet. Australia's just upside down in general. Like when you walk,
You go there and you're like, all the blood rushes to your head because you're upside down the whole time. It's crazy. One person on the internet who believes that. You need to stop it.
and the toilets spin the other way.
That is true.
Was it The Simpsons when they had like the toilets that would like?
American toilet that forces it back in the right direction. It's like, it cost us a lot of money to build this, but it was worth it. Wow.
It's taxpayer money, so it doesn't matter.
You know. I think that would be the most bizarre thing. If I visited Australia, I just would be in whatever hotel I'm in, just being like, this is crazy.
I had a coworker that had to go to Australia for 2.5 weeks for work, and they loved it there.
Toilet.
No, yes, they loved all they did all day was just sat on the toilet. It was the most glorious number 2 they've ever get.
Watch the
No, they just the country itself. Like it's just they loved it there. I don't know if that's a country I'll ever get to. There's plenty of others that I probably want to get before then.
I definitely want to go back to England. I don't like going to places where I don't know anyone. Like, I'd love to go to New Zealand, but unless I could go with someone, or I can meet someone there, preferably.
That's why you Google, "Hey, anybody live here?" And then when you get the random shady person,
Yeah.
that says, "Hey, yeah, you can stay in my basement," and you're like, "Perfect, Airbnb it up."
Hey man, I used to do hotel rooms with complete strangers all the time at conventions. Or I was humbly invited to actually start staying with friends. Random strangers like want to sleep together, and they'd be like, "Sure."
And then you're like, "Why does my romantic life not work the same way?"
That would be great. I mean, it does. You just got to give somebody money, and your romantic life will boom.
For one evening.
Yeah, gotta keep giving money.
You should have like for the guys who offer a basement stay for free, so you can save all that dough. Yeah. It's I know you're frugal, so that's perfect.
Well, the cool thing is, I do have a friend over in England that I can stay with. I've already talked to him about next time. He said he's looking forward to it. And I can go to England and stay for like 2 weeks, or for like $2,000. You can't beat that.
No!
And really, you can't beat that if you want to go to England. It's not fun. For the fun.
So this I need to do more teeth. Pull that in. Lips down.
I think.
Okay, I'll at least get the lips in then here.
Alright, goodbye, stream.
Michael's going to sleep.
Yes, I'm old man.
You're gonna go. Oh no, I'm sorry. You call it resting your eyes.
Yes, I'm just gonna rest my eyes for a second, and then out.
Is this a remix of the Friday song? Sure. Chris says goodnight. Would you say would take longer, a 1 minute 2D video or a 1 minute 3D video to make? That is well, not that specific, but the big question of how long does something take to make, that is so hard to answer because of how complex is it. Are you doing an anime where it's just people talking and nobody moving? Or are you doing a full-on fight scene between two people, choreographed with an entire army? Same with 3D. It is really, really hard to say. I would normally say that a 3D the longer something goes, the more 3D is enticing, because once you make the model, you just move the model. You don't have to redraw things. So it's easier to be consistent with stuff and plan things ahead of time. So I think 3D is probably faster and easier. If you think about it, a company is always going to go with the cheapest route for anything, and that's the reason that everybody's shifting towards 3D, because it's way cheaper and easier to make 3D stuff in the long run. But 2D I think is a lot cooler looking for sure. Can you give us a goodbye voice impression? No, he did the voice impression of the door shutting. That's about the most you're gonna get. So he's already gone. He goes upstairs. He's actually, yeah, he's literally right there. Right there. I can't really point that direction, but the camera, but
Exactly.
So normally how I do this lip syncing is I'll do the non-opening mouth parts. So like, what is it going to look like before and after the mouth opening? And then I'll do the opening with it. It's, to me, way easier to do that, because if I'm trying to do the mouth opening, I don't know what the timing is going to be, but I do know the timing for the beginning and the end. So once that's done, then it's just about really just inserting a mouth open in there. It's pretty easy. But if you try to do the mouth opening first, I feel like I'm always wrong. So just easier this way. So like even here, so that lay. So I'm trying to do like a mouth pullback, but I don't want it. This is kind of making him look scared or something. So I don't want that. So I'm gonna add a little smirk to pull that up. That actually might just work like that. Now I'll go back here, and I'll usually put it faster to start, slower to end, or no, faster start, faster to end. And then just add open. And then I can shift the timing.
Exactly.
So here I need this to start quicker, and so even here I think this needs to be moved over. Not the open part. We're going to grab, not that. We're going to shift this and probably blend it a little.
It was exactly.
Now I can go through here and do some of these extra details. So here, lip down. Even before this, I probably do lip up. Actually, I'm just going to do zip lip up. I think that might be all I need. So here, I don't hear enough. So this is where the jawbone comes in handy. An A, again, I need to have it more E.
Exactly. That was it exactly.
How does that look?
No, that was it exactly. That was it exact. That was it.
This is an A. So if I just open it and then I push this back to about the same point, it makes us open about the same. I don't want to open it more.
Exactly.
But it gives me the look I'm going for. Your character, train your work. What character is it? This is, I'm doing a Pinky in the Brain cover with ponies. So this isn't really a character per se. It's just somebody to fit Pinky's voice. Yes, just you. I get annoyed at the same audio over and over again too. Looking at Hills. I guess Good Night with Screaming Changelings. I've actually had it where when I work on the highlights, I hear the same highlight song over and over and over again because it's all like that silent music type, or the what do you call that? Yeah, the silent film scores. Starting from 0, I think 3D would be easier. Well, kind of. Because 2D, you can immediately jump down onto the paper and start drawing if you really want it. 3D has a lot of prep stuff. You need to build the models and get them to work the way you want to. So to me, you're doing an investment on the project at the beginning, and then it has the payoffs by making things in the future easier. I should go on the ceiling so he can talk to us from his room. Yeah, that would probably... I mean, I own the place, but I think that would be kind of weird. Especially since I'm like... When I'm like watching TV. That'd be really weird. Have a little mirror. It has to be one way though, because I don't want to always look up at him. Mrs. Kirby impressionist, that was perfect. Yeah, that was a pretty good impression. I got a good laugh out of that.
Enough! That was it exactly!
So this is... Yeah, I still gotta do the other one a little bit too. I'd love to stay longer, but I need to rest. Okay, have a good one. See you later. I'm probably going to be ending pretty soon here.
Enough!
This is really all I have left other than figuring out what to do with the derp cow over here, if I want to do anything at all. And then it's really it.
Off! No!
So here I'm going to take... I'm done with the face for now. Once I actually start moving things around, I might... It might have a change on how I do the facial expressions, because depending on the angle. Plus I like twisting the jaw with some of the motions. I actually did that with Tinky here. If you watch his jaw movements.
I think so.
Here, I'll do it in slow because it's hard to see otherwise with the lower frame rate.
I think so. No.
So yeah, here, if you see his jaw kind of do a twist. It, to me, it adds a lot to the character having that twist. I've been doing that a lot more now with some of the models. I did a similar thing here. It's just so, I don't know, it adds so much detail. Derpy's angry because Arizona's challenging Derpy's derpiness. I guess maybe. So what I want to do here is I want to have him pull back a little bit when he says narf, but I can't really do it much from his base pose. So the idea is change his base pose. Thanks for the follow, Kazera. I'm still not used to that. Every time I hear that bark, I'm just like, what the hell was that? I'm used to like the da-da-ding. Thanks for the follow, statistics. Let's see, we'll do... So he's going to start like that, and then when he says narf, I'm going to do this to here. So now for this, I'm going to have him pull back a little bit. And to pull back, I need to have the butt up, body down, and then these turned up.
No! No!
And then turn the chest up a little bit, bring the neck up. I'll just have the head turned down for now. Probably going to turn it sideways or something, but I'll worry about that later. Okay, now to make sure that the bending is okay. That looks fine. I'm not using an IK rig because the pony ones are pretty poor. So, I have to do this all FK, which is free kinematic instead of inverse. And because of that, I need to make sure that, like, you can see there's a little bit of bend in the bottom there. Also make sure to turn off sticky keys because that got annoying. Doesn't really matter because you can't see it, but if I keep it accurate to what the legs are, then I know that it's accurate when actually doing stuff. Okay, your head is too far down now. Look embarrassed. A little flush.
No! Enough! Enough!
So I think having his head turned would work, but I want to have his whole, maybe his head turn a little bit this way, and then
Enough!
your eyes also need to be wide. Wow, that's
Enough!
a little. Let's go even wider. See, this is the extra narf.
Enough!
Too much narf. That feels like me if once I've like had my second coffee of the day, suddenly it's just bam. That's a pretty good follow notification. I just made it a couple days ago. Actually, I want to make a couple more Monster Hunter ones.
Enough!
I don't know what to do with them yet because we were going to do a Monster Hunter stream coming up. That's a special stream, and but I'm going to be advertising it on the Rathalos account, which is 33,000 people. So I want to make sure I have some stuff prepped before then. It'll probably be on a Saturday, and I'll say something about it beforehand. It'll probably be a week from this Saturday. That's my guess. But yeah, that'll be fun. We just have to get some stuff prepped beforehand. But I want to have some of those stuff. And if other people want, I can, once that stream's over, if anybody wants the files for it, I'll just share it. Because I think it is kind of fun. Like, I'll just hit it again. It's like bark. It is fun. I love it. Jump over to Fetus stream. But it's fun and good luck on the project. Thank you very much. It is almost done.
Enough!
But then I don't know what to do after this, like in terms of pony stuff.
Enough!
I have some other ideas for some Rathalos stuff, but I don't know what to do for next pony stuff. I don't want to jump right back into another one like this, so I need to try to think of another, like, how long is this one? This one's about 32, 33 seconds long. I need to figure out another one that's about the same length. This one is really simple, so.
Enough! That was it!
So this pose, I want to have him similar to the inn. He's going to go back a little bit, but I want to come back forward. Is this shoulders locked? No. Oh. That's one reason I like keyframing too. The fact that I can kind of jack or merge two poses together to kind of like create a third one, which is what I did here.
Off! That was it exactly!
Let's go to this then. Nope, not just your head. Need all of you. Is this the first time you've had no idea? Actually, no. This video that I was working on, after I was done with Sci-Twine, and don't get me wrong, I have tons of ideas, but most of my ideas are longer videos. They're like 4 minutes long, and I don't want to do those for quite a while because they just take way too long. And so I want to make shorter ones, but those ideas I don't have as many of. We had an idea for a different one, but the audio, if I used it, would have been non-monetizable, and I'm trying to make content that I can monetize now, because I've missed out on a ton of possible revenue because of that. So I want to try to fit in the realm of what I can use. This is still using some audio from different show bits, but is very modified, cut up in pieces and thrown around, which then isn't auto-detected. But the other stuff I wanted to use was auto-detected. I already tried it and uploaded it, so can't do that. But no, this one was... I started it on a Friday stream a couple weeks ago, and I had no idea what I wanted to do for it. It was like 4 o'clock, and I started at 6, and I had no idea what I wanted to do for the video. And at all, like not even a starting point. And So I literally sat here for an hour from 4 to 5 o'clock trying to think up something to do for a video. So no, I've been there before, but I do want to try to think of it a little ahead of time. Do a video game parody. Well, it's the specifics of it. Even this one, I knew I wanted to do a Pinkie Pie thing, but it's evolved. And that's what I love about having ideas, is where you have a general concept, a simple concept, and you then let it build on itself. Like this one, I originally was going to I knew I wanted to do a Pinkie Pie thing, Pinky in the Brain thing, and I was going to cut it after I found the audio.
Take us
this
to
joke.
China.
But then I decided to start grabbing some of the gags from the other one and make it a running joke, and so we changed it to make and evolved it and built on it. Science-wise, problem with that is that one was going to be 30 seconds long and then turned into 2 minutes because of that. But in this case, for this one, now I have a running gag I can go on, and I love running gags. How long did the Sideswipe vid take to you? The save file for that video is called November 9th. And that was November 9th of 2018. So it took me nearly 2 years, but it wasn't 2 years of consistent work. I made a lot of other shorts in the middle of it. I was helping people with other projects. I kind of just took a break for a while. So there was a lot of, it wasn't like this one where I was working on it every week. I stepped away from it for like 2 months to work on some other stuff, and I stepped away for 3 months to work on something else. So it wasn't a very consistent project. And I actually was thinking for a while there it was never going to get done, because we just kept adding more and more to it. That whole ending to that video was, I had most of the video done and I had no idea how to end it. We built the ending to the video after most of it was already done, because it was just last minute. But it was fun. I did definitely enjoy it. But also, when I make videos, I don't want to just take a full audio thing that is this, slap in ponies and call it a video. I want to turn it into something unique and different, or that takes that original audio and brings it in a different direction based on what was said. Like in here, this was very different. Like the whole thing about the cow was that they really wanted to get to China, and they were trying to get around the world in 80 days. And when they said that, then everybody got really excited and actually brought them to China. And they were in a big giant wooden machine. You can actually still hear the remnants of that a little bit.
Moo, we are a cow. Take us to China.
Yes, there's still a little bit of that remnant, like wheels rotating. I can't get rid of that sound. But I created something different from it, and I don't want to just do where I grab the audio from something and add pony. So that's where it gets difficult. But I also don't like doing audio work, so finding stuff that I can do that has audio that I can take without copying it is hard. It's really hard. Even this is technically then just me copying from my own idea. Ooh, he's got so crazy.
That was it exactly.
Okay, so he needs to go. So I'm gonna have him go up. Oof. He's ultimate changeling. Oh, I can't actually, I guess. What is... This is like Slender Man. That's creepy. Okay, I didn't make it any better. I did the same mistake again. Free blasted all the way to China. Yes, except for the embargo lift tomorrow. Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I want to get a 3080, potentially a 3090, but I want information. I've already seen some of the leaked reviews, but you never know. But I have an alarm set. They're supposed to go live at 8 o'clock a.m. my time, which is absolutely perfect time because I'm awake. Just started work, and I can take a minute away to double check that. But I want comparative. Is it only for the 3080 though? If they don't have any 3090, that's annoying because I don't want to get a 3090 without knowing some comparative specs. Some people that are smart gave an estimate that the 3090 is 20% faster than the 3080. Whether or not that's worth almost double the price, maybe, but I don't know. There's just not enough information out there right now, and that's annoying. But I have a 1080 Ti right now, and I skipped on the 20 series because it wasn't a big enough jump. This is a big enough jump to make it worthwhile, and plus some because it's only from the 10 series. So I really want to take advantage of this for sure. But I'm hoping I can get in on it. I'm pretty sure I will if I'm there right in the morning. I think it's only 3080. I'm just going to gauge which AIB card I'll be getting. Leaning towards the Founders Edition. I know, I kind of am looking towards the Founders Edition. I am also considering Gigabyte because I currently have a Gigabyte for my 1080 Ti, and it's a good card. I do enjoy it. And I think they're a pretty good brand. I think I have a Gigabyte board as well. So if I get any AIB, it's probably going to be Gigabyte, but it depends on some of the power uses and stuff. I'm running an 850 right now for my power, it should be enough to handle the 3080 and even the 30. Well, the difference between the 30 and 3090 is only like 20 or 30 watts anyway, but it should be enough to handle it. I hope. I have like 4 hard drives. I need to get a 5th actually too, but yeah, I have to see. Yeah, well, being I have an 850, I should be fine. My main concern is the amount of hard drives I have, because I have currently 4 hard drives plugged in, and they don't draw much power, but it adds up. But I need to get another one because all my renders are stored on a separate hard drive. And that's this one. It's a 3 terabyte, and it is almost full. And this is where I store all my current streams, and that is almost full, or will be soon. A stream is about 4 to 5 gigs, so it's going to fill up pretty quick. So I need to get another hard drive. I actually need to get a server is what I need to do for storing all this crap, like all the renders and stuff. Rendering in 4K, each one's like 4 to 5 megabytes per frame. It just adds up real quick. Using a 1080 Ti for your Pony SFM films. Well, I've shipped out GT710. If it works for you, it works for you. I don't just do SFMs though. I do gaming. I have a 2K 144 hertz monitor. Actually, it's 165 hertz because I have it overclocked right now to 165 hertz. So that's why 3090 would be nice, because I can run a game on max. And if they can run 4K at 60, it can definitely kick ass at 2K. And so if I can get 2K into that 144, 165 range, I'm golden. So that's what I'm looking for. I love having a smooth image, not a crisp line because of 4K. The 2K 144 hertz, I love that. I'm fine with that. Even with 120 SSD and 1 terabyte SSD. Well, my 4 hard drives are, so this is a, I think it's like a 600 it's like a 640 or 700 something, gigabyte, for my operating system. So, and that's a SSD. This one is a 5200 RPM Western Digital Green, I believe. That's just a slower drive, but it's just meant for long-term storage. This is a Western Digital Black 2 terabyte. So that's a 7200 RPM. I don't think they're 10,000 RPM. I think 7200. And then this is for gaming. That's where all my Steam games are, and that is an M.2. M.2 Samsung 970, I believe. So this is super, super fast. I never moved SFM to it. SFM's still running on this drive because it doesn't matter. you can jam a V12 into a Model T, but it's not going to help much. You might get a little speed on it, but it's not going to change. SFM's too old. So here I want to have Pinky brought back down a little bit. So we're going to go down to here, I think. I want to have him turn his head because it's kind of fun. Might need to bring him down a little bit because I don't want to have to move the camera up with him.
Exactly. That was it exactly. That was it exactly.
Actually, yeah, I don't know if I like him standing up here.
Exactly.
I think I'm gonna go with this instead. I'm doing it from that angle.
Exactly.
And we'll grab your eyes and go wide.
North. That was it exactly. That was it. That was it. Exactly.
That should work. Everything of getting 1 terabyte and a 2 SD. No, that's what I have. That's the Samsung 720. I can't remember that number. That I have that. This drive right here is an M.2. I have 2 slots for it, so I could get another one, but I don't need an extra hard drive for performance usage. I need it for long-term storage, and so I would rather have a slow, larger drive that I can get for cheaper. Just because, like, if I go through here, these are all my live streams, and these just all eat tons and tons of time, or tons and tons of space. But I don't want to get rid of anything. Or if I go into renders, if I go to like rocket surgery. Oh, I haven't moved it over yet. That's gonna have. I don't even think I can yet. What am I doing? Let me go to this folder. The other thing is I want to have another hard drive, so one like this and another one past this that would make a backup of my entire SFM directory, just in case I have a hard drive failure, that I have a backup. Because otherwise, right now, if my folder fails, I'm kind of fucked, and I don't like that. I had, when I was working on Remembrance, my hard drive was failing, and I had frames that would corrupt, and I had to go and fix, and that was annoying. So each of these frames is 2.26 megabytes, and that's not even a complex frame. If you get into like some of the brighter ones here, almost 5 megabytes. That's the end here. That's the elevator. Oh, it's part 2 that I'm looking for. This one. These have pretty colors. Well, that's only 3 megabytes, but still, when you're doing that, 3 to 5 megabytes per frame for 1,000-something frames. And then all the fixed renders and all the other stuff. PCIe 4 SSD is going to be so insane. But I thought that only went from like, wasn't it 5 to 7 on the throughput? I thought it was. Yeah, I was expecting like like a multiple jump, but it was definitely an increase. But even then, who cares? Like, until everything is M.2, it's I don't really notice a difference. I actually had an issue running at the M.2. I was playing Dragon Quest, and the game would give you hints or even just the tips on how to play the game during the loading screens. And the loading screens were so quick that I could read 2 words. Like, that's great, but at the same time, the loading screens had a purpose, and I wasn't able to utilize them because it loaded so goddamn quick. So yeah, that's, I guess, a good problem to have, but still, it was a problem.
That was it exactly.
Alright, so I'm probably not going to blend these right now because that's going to take me way too long. Or it's going to take me like another hour to do that, and I don't want to go past 9. Because I worked today and I still have to work tomorrow again, so I'm going to be putting that as the end for working for today. I really still hope to have this out Friday, but I don't know. I basically means that I'd have to finish it tomorrow. Yeah, I would have to finish animating it tomorrow, because I'd have to render it and then hope the render works. I don't know. We'll see. That kind of concerns me a little bit. But if I can't get it out for Friday, I'll put it out the next Friday. But if I do that, then I have to finish the live stream how it's going to try to do weekly releases. So we'll see. But then if I do finish it for Friday, I don't know what we're doing here on Friday. We'll figure out then. Adventures. But nonetheless, okay. Well, thanks for coming. I'm gonna go relax or something. I haven't done that today. That sounds fun. So, have a good week, and I'll see you guys. It's insert your current time chat. It is 9 o'clock here myself. Oh, for everybody else, thanks for streams. Go hanging out. Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Hello from Minnesota to Utah. I remembered, I think, unless I got it wrong. No, I got it right. So, and so yeah. Have a good one, I guess. Where's Kitty? We need Kitty. Kitty. Alright. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. See you Friday.